Why did the United States aerially and navally invade Iran? Here are some of the reasons that I noted down, many reasons given by the US, and what I really think it is. Um, the reasons that they offer are conflicting and contradictory. These are the ones I noted down. To ward off an imminent Iranian threat, that Iran was going to attack everybody. Uh, that was one reason. That's not true. Preempt Iranian retaliation against US assets after an expected Israeli attack. So they knew Israel was going to attack, and they knew that Iran would attack US bases. So they launched an attack preemptively anyway. Iranian takeover of all of Middle East, which is not going to happen, but that's one reason offered. Iranian funding and arming of various terrorist groups across Middle East, which is true. Iran does fund and arm, give military and economic support to multiple terrorist organizations across the Middle East. That is true. To destroy Iran's air force, navy, missile, and military capabilities, I guess prevent it from being strong. To prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, this is the most obvious because once you're in a North Korea like situation, a country can just get nuclear weapons and then close it off. It's like a you know you can I'm not able to find the word. It was a very good word. I'm not able to find what it is, but it basically gives you geopolitical safety when you have a nuclear weapon and no one can do anything to you. So that is the most obvious reason. To secure Iran's natural resources, which is, Iran has one of the highest oil reserves in the world. So take that. To achieve regime change by bringing the Iranian opposition to power. So these are the reasons offered. Again, I'll read it again. Ward off an imminent Iranian threat, preempt Iranian retaliation against US assets after an expected Israeli attack, Iranian takeover of all of Middle East, Iranian funding and arming of various terrorist groups across Middle East, to destroy Iran's air force, navy, missile and military capabilities, to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, to secure Iran's natural resources, take the oil, to achieve regime change by bringing the Iranian opposition to power. Also, several statements were reportedly made by some US officials justifying the action from a Christian religious perspective, some of which describe the situation as a holy war against and a crusade against a jihadist Islamist government. So you can just go to Claude or ChatGPT or Grok, and if you ask the question, in the right way, you will get a very good answer from them. What I think is it was inevitable since 1979 when the theocratic Iranian government came to power. Since then, they have openly declared themselves to be formally and officially anti-American, and they were openly and actively hostile. This is what the wording I use: openly and actively hostile to U.S. government, military, and intelligence. And since then, the intelligence, military, government, the national security establishment of America does not like Iran at all. So even if the American public does not want the war, the federal government absolutely hates the Iranian government because Iran has declared itself openly and actively hostile to America. Most countries in the world are either allies, partners, friends, cooperative, or neutral. There are very few countries that actively declare themselves hostile to USA, like North Korea or Iran and Russia. China does trillions of dollars in business with USA, so it's not exactly a Soviet Union situation. The second reason, so first reason is openly and actively hostile to USA. That's why and did anti-American actions. You can just check it in Grok if you want. And the second reason is the sharpening of the sword. I think the war just started because China would invade Taiwan at some point. Most likely, we don't know. I hope they don't. So American military is sharpening its sword. They're practicing. It is like uh, they're getting combat experience by sharpening their sword. That is the second reason. The first reason and the second reason. And the third reason is it's human nature to go to war. War was there 12,000 years ago, it is there today. Bye.